This is my little pig. This is pig. This is Peppa Pig. Miss Dinosaur is lost.
George's favourite toy is Mr. Dinosaur.
Dinosaur.
George loves Mr. Dinosaur. Sometimes George likes to scare Peppa with Mr. Dinosaur. At supper time,
Pardon? Your pig. Was that George? Or was it Mr. George?
Dinosaur.
at bath time, George shares his bath with Mr. Dinosaur.
Good night. Good night.
Good night. Good night.
Good night, George. And good night, Mr. Dinosaur.
When George goes to bed, Mr. Dinosaur is tucked up with him. George's favourite game is throwing Mr. Dinosaur up in the air.
Whee!
Peppa and Daddy Pig are playing drafts.
I will.
Oh. Well, George?
George? George?
So,
George? Have you lost Mr. Dinosaur?
George has lost Mr. Dinosaur.
Don't worry, George. Find Mr. Dinosaur.
It's a job detective.
Daddy, what is a detective?
A detective, very important person who is finding things.
Me! I'm finding things.
All right, Peppa is detective.
George, detective. Dinosaur.
Maybe the detective should ask George some simple questions.
George.
Stop being clumsy and losing things.
George does not know where Mr. Dinosaur is.
Detective could try and get.
I know. George always has Mr. Dinosaur with him in the bath. So I know where Mr. Dinosaur is. George always has Mr. Dinosaur in his bed at night. See, that's where he is.
Mr. Dinosaur is not in George's bed.
Oh,
Maybe we should try the garden.
yes, the garden. I was going to say that.
Dinosaur is very hard to find.
Oh, Mr. Dinosaur isn't.
George, you do love to throw Mr. Dinosaur in the air. Last time you threw Mr. Dinosaur just a bit too high.
There he is! 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 I saw him.
Well done, Peppa. You really are a very good detective.
Dinosaur.
George is so happy to have Mr. Dinosaur back again.
Whee!
Maybe it isn't a good idea to play with dinosaurs near trees.